The first of 4 track racing Grand Prix events under the auspices of Cycling South Africa's Track Commission was held recently at the Westbourne Oval in Gheberha. The series is aimed at giving established track cyclists an opportunity to race while also exposing the next generation to the delights and complexities of track racing. While track racing might not have the participation numbers of road and mountain biking, it's on the flat, oval bank tracks riding fixed gear, brakeless bikes that true cycling skills are learned and honed in preparation for the big time, where there are many opportunities to gain great rewards.
You just need to look at our European counterparts, our Australians, how they focus on track cycling. Track offers more medals for the country than any other single cycling discipline. So if you participate in track as opposed to road or mountain biking, BMXing, there's one set of medals for elite ladies and men. Whereas in track, you've got your team pursuits, you've got your omnium, you've got your sprints, you've got your keirin. So there's multiple medals for men and women.
In the junior women's category, Mianette Teron at the top of the track took on Hane Fricken in a match sprint qualifying race. And it was the under-17 Teron who took the race win to advance to the next round. Taking his turn to race, multiple SA Omnium champion and Tokyo Olympian David Maria. The Utondo Cycling Youth Academy is based in Gheberha. Its main focus is attracting youngsters from previously disadvantaged areas to the sport, and they have an excellent mentor, Lutando Fiati.
That is very important for us because the main focus is to get these guys up to close to national level. So we've seen that for us to help them, let's put them on the track and train as much as often because we're using Kelvin-Dale as a facility to assist us because we are close to Kelvin-Dale. So the very important part is just to get them up to that level of the national guys.
Athlete development and support of events and young talent is vital to any sport, not only cycling. Today we invested in supporting not only track but mountain biking, on the cross-country scene, enduro, road cycling, and kids are the future. And to see that young talent being nurtured at grassroots level is super exciting.
First day saw the qualification rounds and the match sprint across the boys and girls juniors as well as the elite men and women and masters. The boys under-17 scratch race had 5 riders. Jaden Comfort from George, Zane Salzwedel from East London and 3 Gheberha riders, Alessandra Fenici, Lundi Kekani and Reese Burrell, go at it in a race that places a premium on tactical awareness as much as it does on physical strength and fitness. Knowing when to launch an attack is a huge strength, and one that Burrell had as he surged into the lead and took the win. The men's Masters scratch race for riders between 35 and 49 years of age was over the same distance. On board with Dirk van Zyl on the back straight. Jacques van Staden from the Western Cape and Justin Seal from the Eastern Cape dominated the front of the race from early on. Eventually, Jaco Scholz in the green and black led out van Staden in the blue, and van Staden powered round the final bend to hold off Seal and take the win. A field of 9 riders took on the men's elite scratch race, among them Javandre Pauls and David Maria. Bradley Bosman in the blue was an early aggressor. Maria, though, was aware and constantly chased him down. It was clear, though, that the race was on between Pauls from East London and Gauteng's Maria. The pair kept a close eye on one another. Pauls of BajanOffice.com marked all the Olympians' moves. It was intense racing. Also in there was Bosman. Down the back straight on the final lap, Maria attacked with less than 200 meters to go, despite having a mechanical issue. But it was Javandre Pauls who managed to pull away and take a classy win. Bosman was second and David Maria third.
Pressure was on, definitely. It was a hard race, it was fast, it was positive racing. So I was happy it was positive racing from the start, and we had the Olympian there, so I didn't want to give him any chance to get a gap on me. So every time the guys went, I would try and close it.
So far it's been quite tough. I had a little bit of a mechanical issue in the first race, but yeah, coming up, still 2 events left for me today. Another 3 tomorrow. It looks like a great event. Weather's turned out perfect, couldn't ask for a better day.
The gold medal race and the match sprint featured Douglas Abbott from Gauteng and Gheberha Pauls. Abbott held the inside line on the last bend and timed his attack perfectly as he dropped down into the sprinters' line. Pauls had plenty of work to do on the outside and just couldn't get over the top of Abbott, who took a fine win. In the bronze medal race in the Masters match sprint, Steven Salzwedel in the blue carried too much sustained power for Dirk van Zyl, and Salzwedel was able to maintain his control and speed to take a narrow victory. For the Kirin, which is always a crowd favourite. 750 metres behind a pacing motorbike which increases in speed each lap before leaving the track and letting the riders fight it out for the remaining 750. In the under-17 Kirin, Jaden Comfer sat right behind the wheel of the pace bike early on. Positioning is key to success in the Kirin. Keeping your powder dry until the critical final lap, which is what Alessandro Fanici did as he managed to hold off the tenacious Rhys Burrell and Zane Salzwedel to take the win. The Masters Kirin race now. 6 riders on the start line. Van Staden was back for a tilt at another win, as was Steven Salzwedel and Justin Seal. And the wind had picked up, which added to the tactical dynamic. Once the motor pacer left the track, the taps were open. Van Staden checking on who was behind him. Out of the final bend, it was a 3-up battle. Justin Seal turned on the afterburners and he and Salzwedel took it to the line, with Seal just getting the win. The women's Kirin was a mixed race with a fascinating dynamic. 1 under-15, 2 under-17s and 2 masters were racing. Tia Marnovic in the black kit, Anja du Plessis in the blue. Also there, under-17 Mianette Turon, under-15 Hanne Freken, and 40-44 master Jorunde van Staden. And eventually Anja du Plessis showed just why she's going to the African Track Championships, as she pulled effortlessly away to take a comfortable win ahead of Marnovic and 16-year-old Turon, with 14-year-old Hanne Freken in 4th. The elite men's Kirin saw a strong field of racers chasing gold. Wanga Motwebana from the Utando Academy was behind the pace bike, followed by David Maria right on his wheel. It was clear Maria was the outstanding rider in the field, and he duly showed that with a well-timed attack, and he was never caught. Maria took the win ahead of Bradley Bosman and Douglas Abbott to bring the curtain down on an excellent Track Grand Prix meeting at the Westbourne Oval. 2 days of fascinating, engaging track racing at the Westbourne Oval comes to an end. Look out for the remaining events in this series in Pietermaritzburg, Johannesburg and Paarl.